Good afternoon. Glad you could join us. We're going to show you today how the Diver platform has allowed multiple organizations to cooperate to improve youth healthcare outcomes. Hi, I'm Lieneke Happel. I'm the Commercial Director for Dimensional Insight Netherlands, and I'm joined today by two Diver users, Manon from Beusekom and Marianne Eimers, who both work for JGZ Kennemerland. Let's start by introducing JGZ Kennemerland and of course Manon and Marianne. JGZ Kennemerland is a Dutch healthcare organization. Loosely translated, it means youth healthcare. And they are active in the Dutch region called Kennemerland. It's an organization who monitors and fosters the development of children from 0 to 4 years old. And parents are supported from pregnancy onwards with information, house visits, and visits to what we call het consultatiebureau, which is the child health clinic. A nurse and a doctor provide information and check the development and the health of a child, and also vaccinations are given at these youth health clinics. We are actually in a consultatiebureau today. Marion and Marianne, can you give a short introduction of yourselves?
Hello, my name is Manon from Beusekom. I've studied health science and medicine. I've been working for 15 years over now at JGZ Kennemerland as a doctor.
Hello, I am Marianne Eimers. I work at JGZ Kennemerland as a coordinator VVE, and I have been involved in the development of the VVE monitor right from the start, together with the City Council and the VVE program providers.
We're starting with the VVE use case. Marianne, maybe you can explain what VVE means and how it works.
VVE is loosely translated as preschool education. It is a policy which targets children who are indicated to be at risk to fall behind in learning or language development. VVE exists of special play and learning programs to give extra support and primary school preparation for those target group children. The Youth Healthcare Organization indicates children for the VVE program based on the criteria which the City Council sets. The JGZ Kennemerland then leads the parents to the daycare centers who provide VVE programs. The parents choose to participate and choose a daycare center where they want to place their child. The daycare center then offers the child a space on the program or puts the child on their waiting list.
This is clearly a very complex process where multiple organizations need to work together. I can imagine that coordinating the care and this process is complex. Could you talk us a little bit through the challenges you experienced which led you to create the VVE monitor with us as Dimensional Insight?
We developed the VVE monitor together with DI and the City Council and the daycare centers because of the following reasons. The process was manual and highly time consuming. Children were being missed and the process was prone to error. We could not track where the target group children were in the process, and also the registration and administration did not always match in numbers. Also, when a child did not participate, we didn't know why.
So then we jointly developed the VVE monitor to automate the process and to allow all three organizations to cooperate more smoothly, but also with more insight. Each of the three types of organizations has their own action-specific dashboard, and a large part of the dashboard is shared. The basis or the source of the tool is the electronic child record, and that's where an indication for the VVE is registered and the starting point. The Youth Healthcare Organization and the daycare add information to that base and move children from one status to the next. Let's take an actual look at the VVE monitor dashboards, and let's start with the ones from the youth healthcare provider's perspective.
The youth healthcare employee lands on a dashboard with all the information relevant for them. The indication for VVE happens in the electronic child record system, and the monitor gets a daily update. So when the JGZ employee logs in, they see the target group children. The action a youth healthcare employee can then take is to assign children to daycares. So we click on the Assign Children box and find the list of target group children. We then select one of the children and assign them to daycare center.
Let's now look from the daycare center's perspective. They are the ones providing the VVE programs for the target group children.
As a user from one of the daycare centers, I log into a dashboard with data that are relevant to my part of the process and my daycare. For example, here I see that I have 2 new children that have been assigned to me and that I have placed 12 children on the waiting list. When I click on the children assigned to my daycare, I see their details and take action. In this case, I'm giving Theodore a place on the VVE program in my daycare.
The final users are employees from the local city council. Again, they have their own dashboard, which gives them a full overview of the whole process from beginning to end. Here they can see the reach the program has had, and obviously they can drill down into more details wherever they want.
We have been working with the VVE monitor for about 6 years now. The monitor has made the process from indication till placement transparent. The monitor shows where the target group children 0 to 4 years old are in the guidance process, and which children participate in preschool education and which children don't. The monitor also provides information about the size of the target group, the criteria why children belong to the target group, the average number of hours that children attend preschool education, and the reason why some children do not participate.
Thank you, Marianne, for giving this very good overview of what the VVE monitor does. Can you also talk a little bit about the benefits you've experienced while using the VVE monitor?
Yes, I can. The use of the monitor and the available data make collaboration, coordination and communication between JGZ Kennemerland and the JGZ providers easier and more efficient. The processes are clear and standardized and everybody acts according to the same steps. Interventions are now used more collectively and in an effective manner to increase children participation. And parents of target group children can now be better and more clearly informed about the VVE process. And in addition, we have an overview of all target group children in the admission process. The monitor can always be consulted and provides current and relevant data for all users. And each user partner has his own dashboard with an overview of data from which he or she works.
Super. I believe you also discussed the results with the local city councils.
Yes, that's correct. Every quarter the results from the monitor are jointly discussed with JGZ Kennemerland, the VVE providers and City Council. The monitor allows us to identify success factors and bottlenecks in the process. We can zoom in on the story behind the numbers and we also discuss follow-up actions. The monitor helps us achieve optimal participation.
Super. Well, until now you've heard about the VVE monitor and you've heard about one of the benefits in terms of also reporting to local city councils. JGZ Kennemerland doesn't only report the outcomes of the VVE process, which of course is one part of their work, to the local city councils. They also actually report all the youth healthcare outcomes they create through the Diver platform by what simply called, I call automated annual reports. Here you see the general dashboard from the JGZ Kennemerland, which shows all the targeted outcomes they have agreed with the local city council. It's de facto a fully automated annual report, which obviously updates daily, so results and progress can also be tracked internally. I would like to give the word to Manon, who's going to talk to us about how they use the information from those dashboards internally.
Thank you. I work as a youth doctor at JGZ Kennemerland and I'm responsible for the physical and mental health for the small children from 0 to 4 years old. I do physical examination, I check the growth and I check the development of the children. Our goal is to prevent issues before they occur. JGZ moved to autonomous teams at 2015. So the consequence for that were that we, as a team, were responsible to the product outcomes which our organization made with the city council.
City Council.
City council. And therefore, we had access to the dashboards in 2018. In my autonomous team, we use the dashboards 3 or 4 times a year to assess and focus on our efforts. For instance, we look at how we are on track with our family support, the use of the program Strong Parenting, or other products we deliver in the organization. Here you see family support, where we offer guidance to parents who have questions about nurture, behavior, or the development of their child. Here you can also see how many families we visited at home and what activities we undertook. It compares our current numbers to the targets we have agreed, and we can see if we are on track. It also shows the trends over the last 5 years to give us further insights. We can zoom in further into each of the performance indicators. Here we see the details behind the family support. We can see that 90% of the children in care have received family support. And we can also see the actual numbers, so a bit more than 1,400 children received the support in 2020, which was 9% higher than our target of 10%. Could not resist in current circumstances to also show our vaccination tracker. In the Netherlands, we aim to give each child their first vaccination in their first 12 weeks. Here you can see the dashboard which tracks our performances. We can see how many children received the vaccination on time and how many were either too late or too early.
Thanks, Manon, for giving that overview of how you use the insights internally. I'm still interested to find out what really is the most important in the dashboards for you.
For me, it's really important to have the data because I can tell my team where we are standing, but I also can ask them why is it the way it is, like this. So for me, it's really important to have the data.
And the story behind the data.
And the story behind the data.
Excellent. Well, thanks and thanks. I hope that you guys found this interesting. The 2 use cases from how JGZ Kennemerland uses Diver, where with the VVE monitor, it's helped them cooperate with city councils and daycare centers in running the VVE process and reporting those outcomes to the city council. And then seeing in the second use case how the full report about all their youth healthcare outcomes, which they give automatically to the city council, is also used internally in these autonomous teams to steer their performance. I find that super interesting. So thanks again for sharing your experience and making time today. If you have any questions, reach out to your DI account manager and they will be able to find us. And stay tuned for process improvements in the Irish Health Service.